thank you for viewing the QuoteCenter webinar. Today you're going to see many interesting things that can help your trading out through this new product that Equus International has just released, QuoteCenter. It's going to have real-time news we're going to show you. It's going to have real-time portfolio management, real-time dynamic lists. You'll see so many things that can help your trading out in the future. Believe it or not, you might actually lose money in the markets. Is that a shock to you? Just kidding. Of course it's not. What we have here is a disclaimer. Go ahead and read through this. And what we want you to know is that there are inherent risks when trading. So why did you come today? Why did you want to tune in and really watch this webinar on QuoteCenter? A couple reasons that you why. Definitely the first one is you want to learn more. You want to learn what this product can do for you. The most important reason you're actually here is you actually want to make money, more money. All of us, when we look at our trading or investing, we look at that as a way to supplement our income, whether it be for grandkids' education, whether it's for retirement, any of those purposes. But the interesting thing is when we do trade or when we invest, we have an ability to supplement our income. And so as you learn more about the QuoteCenter product today, you'll realize how much more this platform can take your trading and really increase your earnings and your revenues. It's interesting. A lot of times we love to get feedback from our users. And we want to find out all sorts of things. The reason why they use Metastock and are they successful. And what we found out last year by doing a very large questionnaire and survey to our customers is that we found out that over 85% of Metastock users surveyed claimed they were successful in the market using Metastock. That is unbelievable that over 85% of our Metastock users surveyed were successful in the markets. And using this new QuoteCenter product in real time will only enhance this. Now Metastock, even though it's got the term in there, and QuoteCenter, you might think it's only good for stocks, but no, it's also good for commodities, futures, forex, fixed income, any of those things. You can also view options inside of QuoteCenter, and you're viewing this in real time. You can view it tick by tick. You can also view it on a daily if you want as well. Trading style. Do your trading objectives and trading models really match up? It's really important to understand this because a lot of people will say, hey, I want to trade intraday. I really want to supplement my income and make more money. But the problem is they only make 2 trades a year. You know, unless those trades are very big winners, I'm sure that if you're really trying to supplement that income, the 2 trades really aren't making as much as you want. So it's very important that you look at this and say, hey, does my trading objectives, what I'm really after, and the trading models I use, do they match up? Something that you're going to want to look at is what is the average duration and average gains I have for my trades. And if both of those things match up to my end goals and my criteria for making more money, then fine. If not, it's something you're going to want to tweak a little and work with. And with the QuoteCenter product, you will be able to do that. This is unbelievable. This year, the Department of Labor, the U.S. Department of Labor, published a finding about retirement savings for baby boomers. 57% had at least one retirement account. But the unbelievable thing is the average was only $49,944. Is that enough money to live on? Is that enough money to supplement your income? No, it's not. And that's why it's so important. That's why so many people are coming into the investment world and really coming in trying to find out how can I earn more money. And if over 85% of Metastock's users were successful in the market, obviously, the statistics don't lie, and you'll want to become a part of that. It's amazing. If you take 20 years, 8% growth, and a $20,000 initial investment, your result is $98,536. If you do this again, 20 years, and you get 12% growth, the same initial investment, You have $217,000. You more than doubled what you did at 8% growth. Now, do you think you could make 4% more a year? I mean, that's not asking a ton. That's just 1% more a quarter. If you don't think you can do that, you might want to analyze why you're in the markets. But I know you can do this through a lot of hard work and the right tools. QuoteCenter, as we go through it today, will show you how you can take that trading to the next level. Now, it's unbelievable. Whenever you get into the investment world, and when you make an investment decision, you use research. Whether it's something as from CNBC to listening to a friend, looking at charts, indicators, back testing, looking at block trades, earnings per shares, whatever it may be, you either use fundamental research or you use technical research. Now, Metastock is very good with technical research. But now with this new product, QuoteCenter, you can get some technicals in there, but it's going to have a lot of fundamental research. The nice thing for you is you can actually do now fundamental and technical research side by side. QuoteCenter is a product that Metastock and Equus International has just released in 2005. This product, what it can do for you is it can show you things in real time, provide real-time data feed. It's got news. But it also will provide the data feed for Metastock. So you have two separate applications, QuoteCenter and Metastock Professional. Metastock Professional can use the data from QuoteCenter actually to fill the charts, much like the chart you're looking at right now. What are we trying to do? We're going to focus a lot on fundamental research. We're trying to find out what the intrinsic value of a company is. What are they worth? This involves looking at things like earnings per share, news, revenues, block trades, market depth, and time and sales. QuoteCenter has all of those things and much, much more. Now, this is truly unbelievable. QuoteCenter Data, it's the most data history of anyone in the retail market for the whole world. There's 30 days of tick data. There's 1 year of 1 minute data, 23 years of fundamental data, and there's over 240 news services that are provided. Reuters News Service beats Dow Jones and Bloomberg to the market over 70% of the time. That's unbelievable that you'll get over 240 news services, and also your news service that you are using, it's going to beat your competitors to the market 7 out of 10 times. Also, QuoteCenter has over 700 data fields. That's unbelievable. Now, what a data field is think about an open, high, low, and close. Those are 4 data fields. QuoteCenter has over 700 data fields that you can choose from. Now, the amazing thing is our news. Reuters, back on March 14th, Reuters was alone among its competitors for 17 minutes. The results added $9.5 billion to Genentech Inc.'s market value and over 20% to its price per share before Dow Jones managed to match Reuters. Bloomberg then followed Dow. Think about this. If you're looking at pharmaceutical companies and a pharmaceutical company out there says, we have this cancer drug that is very effective in the markets, what's going to happen, instantly in the markets when that story is released? Yeah, it's going to shoot up. And what you can see right here, there was $9.5 billion added to the market value of Genentech. If you had 1,000 shares, how much money would you have made? Just off one piece. Here's another news story. If you're a Forex trader, on May 18th, Reuters was to the market 10 minutes earlier than Dow Jones or Bloomberg when Hong Kong changed its currency pair. The move triggered trading 8 times its normal volume. Okay. Now, the unbelievable thing is, Reuters News comes free with this QuoteCenter product. So for $135, you can get all the North American data you want, or all the Asian and Pacific Rim data you want, all the European, Middle East, and African data you want, or all the global futures together. And the amazing thing is, how much is Dow Jones News, an inferior news service to us? Well, it's well over $600 for the retail trader, and we're giving it to you free. Here are some of the things that you can actually see inside of QuoteCenter. I just came up with a couple slides here so you can see some things. This slide right here is a real-time list. On any day of the market, I can say, hey, I want to look at every security in North America or on the U.S. markets. I want to see percent change for positive, the percent change for negative. I could do that by price change, high volume, relative volume, and traded value. And this information is updated tick by tick for you so you can have that list. Now you can also have time and sales. This is unbelievable. Institutions have more money than us, than a retail trader? Yeah, well, of course they do. About probably 6 more zeros in their account than us. But the amazing thing that we have is we can look at the price, the volume, when it was executed, and the price. When was the last time you made a trade and you said, okay, I'm going to make a trade on Apple and I want to be filled at 46, and you're not filled till 48? Well, you go back and look at that day and you see, well, the price never even hit 48, but I was filled there. Now you actually have that data where you can go back and verify your trades through your brokerage account and really keep them honest and on their toes to make sure that that your best interests are what lie in their hands. You can also get a quick snapshot of fundamentals of any security out there. Right now we're looking just here at Apple Computer. We're looking at the revenues, earnings per share, and dividends for the last 5 years. And this is done based on a quarterly basis, and you can just view that. If you wanted to see an in-depth snapshot for any security, you can look at things like the average traded price. You can look at the last bid and ask price, the total volume, the block volume, the non-block volume, and what was the 10-day average of that volume. You can look at the previous day high, the previous day low, 52-week high and low. You can look at the beta. You can look at relative strength, absolute values, the market caps in there. There's a lot of information that you can get per security inside the QuoteCenter product. This right here is what we call, we're just looking at a dynamic list inside of QuoteCenter. And on the left-hand side, you can see the symbol, then the price, the directional movement index, the net percentage change. Those headings right there are data fields. And remember, QuoteCenter has over 700 data fields in here. They have technicals as well as fundamentals. As you can see in the middle, there's a MACD oscillator. And you can see exactly where the oscillator is. You can see if it's above its 200-day moving average. And this is updating tick by tick. You can put alerts on this type of things as well. If you wanted to get a market summary, this is great things because you can look at here for the U.S. markets. You can look at the S&P 500, Dow Jones 30, the NASDAQ composite. Well, then it's going to have the advancing, declining, and unchanged securities. How many securities hit a year high? How many securities hit a year low? What's the volume in the trades? But you can also look at S&P futures. Now, even though you might not be trading futures or commodities, all of us are looking at crude oil because crude oil is just carrying so much weight. If crude oil all of a sudden, now remember this is back, today is September 27, 2005. So if today oil hit $80 a barrel, what would happen in the equity markets? The markets would actually, just plummet most likely. And so you can view these types of things. You can see the top gainers and losers on the U.S. markets that day. And then in the top right-hand corner, you can look at the, some popular currency traded pairs. The dollar, U.S. dollar and yen. The euro and the U.S. dollar, the pound and the U.S. dollar, the U.S. dollar and the Swiss franc. Now let's go ahead and take a look at QuoteCenter. This will be the first thing you're going to notice inside the QuoteCenter product once you get it and really start to use it. The first thing is going to be this Reuters front page news. This is going to discuss news stories around the globe that are the most important right now. This is updated throughout the day in real time. If you ever want to see or look at any news story, all you have to do is just go ahead and just click on that news heading, and it will automatically pop up that news story for you. As you'll notice at the top up here, we're looking at the front page. You could look at things if you're from Europe. You want to just look at European companies. You could do that. Asian companies, U.S. companies. We have foreign exchange for the foreign exchange trader if you want to get that news. All you have to do is just click on that heading. And then that heading will sort all the news stories from Reuters and bring up the headlines for the foreign exchange. As you can see under the foreign exchange news, you can see headlines such as dollar slips as profit-taking, eclipses rates. The sterling hits 2-month low versus dollar on UK data. It's got data and Forex news throughout the world. You can see health, finance, media, natural resources, technology. You can even see who won this sports game or football match last night. So this is just a part right here of just the news. Now I'm going to show you some other things. When you pull up Metastock or QuoteCenter at your home, this is what you're going to see is a page like this. This is what we call a workspace. Now we've already have predefined workspaces that we've made available to you. To access that, all you do is you come to Open Workspace, you left click on that, and you can go ahead and view some of the predefined workspaces for you. A very popular one out there is our Equity Trader. So you can just double click that and it will automatically pull up this Equity Trader. Now this is part of the platform that we're looking at here with QuoteCenter. What I have right up in this left hand corner where the cursor is the news. This news is updated in real time. And you can sort this news by symbol, keyword, news exchange, or news provider. Let me show you how amazing this is. So if you're interested in trading Bed Bath & Beyond, all you do is you left click on it, you drag it up here to the news. Now Reuters will go out and sort every news story they have and bring back only news stories that are in relation to Bed Bath & Beyond. Now you're looking at Bed Bath & Beyond news, everything that's currently happening with them. If you wanted to sort on any other company, you can just drag and drop that in there. Now down here, this is more interesting to you. This is going to be a dynamic list. As you can see, this is updating in real time and it's going quite crazy. What we're looking at is this. We're looking at the NASDAQ 100. We're looking at the symbol, the last info, the net, percentage change, and the volume-weighted average price there on the far right-hand side. Now, if you ever wanted to change any list in here, all you have to do is go to right-click, go to Load Chain, go to Central System Indices and Portfolios. Then if you left-click on that, let's say there's an index out there that you want to view, but you don't know what it is. So all you do is you type an index, and the origin, it's very important. If you're trading the U.S. markets, you obviously put the origin as the U.S. If you're trading the U.K. markets, you would put that as, the United Kingdom. Now this will go out and actually sort every index that we have available for you that you can put in this dynamic list. So it'll have NASDAQ indexes, those types of things. After you type an index and click search, as you can see, you're going to notice all the indexes that are available to you. I mean, it's got everything from Business Week indexes to the MSCI index that's very popular. We have a NASDAQ Canada index in here. I mean, this is so complete. You even have things like the Dave Matthews Band Index. I know, it's pretty crazy. All you need to do if you want to look at any of these, you just double click on it and it will automatically pull that list up in your dynamic list or anything like that. Now over here you're going to see these interesting information symbols. Now to get more information about the indicators and the indicator legend, you click on Help and the indicator legend. Now what you're seeing here in real time is this. Is you're looking here at Apple and what you're seeing is right away is there's a sell imbalance. If you go down to the next one, Adobe, it's this news. So all of these, they're telling us right now that this is having news. There's a news story about Adobe. And if we were to go into the news of Adobe, we would see that story. But this is updating tick by tick. Down here with the BI, you're going to see that as a buy imbalance. And as you can go down, you can see how to identify these things. This will also show you when splits occur, when a dividend occurs, when something's closed, when something gaps. And this is showing you tick by tick. So this is very informative to you as you're looking at your list, dynamically. A lot of us, when we're trading, we want to see a dynamic list, but we can put any type of heading in here. So for instance, if we right-click, we go to Template and select Fields. These are the 5 selected fields we're looking at right now. If we were to look at all of them, you can select any one of these 700 data fields there is. If you wanted to look at anything in here, you're looking at, the PIK. You can look at positive money flow percent. You can look at anything. All you do is you select it, click on that arrow, and it will automatically add that field to your dynamic list. And they're all separated alphabetically, so you can look at those. That's how you will define the headings in here for your selected fields that you want to look at, your data available fields. Now down here in the bottom left-hand corner is just a quote window. So if I wanted to take a security and go ahead and drag it down there, I'll take Dell, go ahead and drop it down there. It will instantly change. You'll see the open, high, low, percentage change, yield, dividend, and it's showing me, and this updates tick by tick. For Dell, it shows me the year high, the year low. Over here, you're looking at time and sells, where you can actually see this being done, the time of the last sell of that, the volume, and the actual exchange that it occurred on. Okay? So you can definitely see, and this helps a lot. When you're a trader and you're trying to get in and out of the market, you found out the security you want to trade, you're going to want to look at time and sells because you're seeing every trade that comes across the desk and what people are asking for right now. So if you can see right down here where 359, look at this. There was 1,900 volume there, and now look how many smaller traders are jumping on board to move this price. It's going from, down here where we saw that 1,900, 3,951 in a matter of, less than, 20 seconds. It's gone to 39.46, all the way up to 39.55 at one time. Okay? And as you can see, the big traders are starting to move in on Bed Bath & Beyond. So it's going to make you aware, now's probably a good time to get in, as you saw all those traders move their positions in there. Right here, I thought this would be interesting for everyone to see. Here's a main menu of the world indices. And if you go ahead and click on these, like the U.S., it will automatically show you what's going on inside the U.S. markets. You can look at the industrials, transportation, the composite of the Dow Jones. Here's the S&P. Here's the NASDAQ. Here's the Amex down here. Here's the Philadelphia down here. So as you can tell, there are a lot of things in here, a lot of information that you can look at. So if you're viewing this in another country, you could double-click on that as well and look at that. Let's go ahead and you can resize these windows, as you see I'm doing, to go ahead and fit on your desktop. So this is what we've done for the equity. There's also basic charting inside your QuoteCenter product. You can actually just drag and drop a security in there. If you want to look at Adobe, you can go in there, just drag and drop the security in there. If you right-click, you can see you can actually load some chart templates. You can view them in real time. But the charting is limited. And that's obviously why we use the Metastock Professional in conjunction with the QuoteCenter product. By doing that, you're looking at the most incredible technicals charting out there with the most complete set of data. So you're covering your technicals and also your fundamentals as well. Now if we wanted to go into another predefined workspace, you just click on that window there and you could go into things like fundamentals. We also have a portfolio manager. So what you could do is you can come in here, go to insert. I want to insert a symbol. We can put in here Apple, AAPL. We'll put that we bought 200 shares. We bought these back in 2004. The cost per share back then was 30. And we're going to base our valuation on the last sell. We click OK. As you can see, it automatically now calculates everything there is, the total market value, the daily P&L, PL share. And you can define what you want to look at up here. So your template, you can view up here those data fields, whatever you want to look at. So you can edit those symbol templates to view what you think is going to be most effective. So right here, as you can see, it was a great trade. Our profit loss, we were up $4,200. And this calculates everything for you. You can have as many securities in this portfolio management as you want. And that's nice. Again, it updates tick by tick on that. Okay. Now up here, let's go back here to the equity trader. I want to show you a few things on here. We have what we call our Reuters Navigator bars up here. And what you can do is you can look at several things. So for instance, if I wanted to look at U.S. equity news, look at all this information that's here. I could look at halted stocks, the economic calendar, mergers and acquisitions. If you're a Forex trader, look at this information right here. Don't you want to know non-farm payrolls, the factory orders, import-exports, jobless claim stats, employment, home sales? Those types of things are going to definitely move currencies one way or the other, and you have all of this information right here that's being sent in real time via Reuters News. It's unbelievable. There's plenty more here. You can look at the U.S. equity guides. Okay? You can look at merger and acquisition news, IPO news, corporate actions as well. As you can see, there's also international market news. If you want to look at the UK, if you want to look at Western Europe, Asia Pacific, all of these things, you can even get Asia IPOs, all this information here. And then it breaks it up even more. If you want to click on the Asia Pacific tab, come in here, you can look at Aussie IPOs, Hong Kong stocks, you can even India stocks, KL stocks, New Zealand, goes on and on. Now if we click on equities, you can see main menus, summary, you go to U.S. market movers. If at any time I wanted to see a call options ranking, I can click on this for all you options traders out there. It's going to show me today the calls, on volume, on calls. Here was the most volume, BVI and DA. My puts are right there. Here's relative volume, the highest ones, the lowest ones, and here's relative volume at parity. Okay. When I click on technicals, I can say things like time and sales. I can use some part of technical analysis, some charting. Or I can do things like this, a technical summary. Let's say I want to get market depth, so I click on market depth. It will automatically pull up the security up here in the left-hand corner. That's our base security here. It's Dell, and it's showing me the market depth of Dell. And as you can tell, this is very vital information when you're looking to get in or out of a security. The last thing that we have here is fundamentals. Merger and acquisition news, dividend news. If you want just a 5-year earning revenues, dividends with percentage change, boom, instantly you can go ahead and look at the last 5 years broken up quarterly on this. Okay, now let's look at another predefined space. Let's look at our fundamental one. Now in here, again, we can choose any security that we want to have put in here, and it's unlimited. You can see the list goes down, and you can view all of those securities. We're looking at the NASDAQ 100 there. If you wanted to see here the last sell, the directional movement index, net, percentage change, this is updating tick by tick. And you can choose any of these data fields above. Again, if you want to choose any of those data fields, you just go to right-click, template, select fields. And then you can take out or put more in whatever you want to look at for those selected data fields. It's the most complete set of data fields of any retail data provider in the world. This is the most comprehensive news package of anyone in the world. And it's unbelievable that it's only sold for $135 US a month. There's 4 different packages you can buy. The Asian package, the North American package, the European package, or the Global Futures package. Again, just some brief information on the accounts that you can purchase on those. Now up here, if you wanted to click on any of these headings, it will bring up information based on the security that we're looking at right there in the left-hand corner. But let's go ahead and just click on one of these. We click on Adobe, and it will pull up Reuters Analytics just on this Adobe security. So if I want more information, it goes into Reuters Analytics, and it provides a lot more data and information for this security. Okay. Now, when you get this home, if you want to create your own workspace, all you do is you can click on this white icon there. It will bring up new workspace, and you just left double click, and then you can open up any of these analytics over here, or you can open up charting, you can open up Market Watch, news stories, options, portfolio, dynamic list, time and sales, Zoom DynaQ. The list goes on and on. But all you have to do is, let's say you want to look at news stories. You just double click on that, and it pulls up news stories for you. Okay. If you want to double click on it, you want to bring up Option Watch, you double click on the Option Watch. And then you can just go ahead and start clicking. Let's bring up US IBM. We'll enter that. Says, okay, do you want international business machines? Yes. We click OK. Now, instantly, it provides all the options inside of there. It's showing you the symbol, the value, volume, bid and ask, the month and year, and the spread. And it's showing you, how those are performing. Right now, we're looking at October's. You can go ahead and scroll down and look at November's as well. You can blow this up or expand it for a whole page. You can increase this, but you can define exactly what you want to look at. Then we say, okay, this looks nice. Now let's bring up news stories for just IBM. So you just double click, and let's bring up the News Watch. And then you can just bring it down here. And you can just start typing, and it will say company symbols to search. I type in IBM. I click search. And now it's going to go ahead and it's going to show me all my securities for IBM. Okay. And as you can see, this is in real time. Just recently, the positive money flow right here. Or the next story. And then you can just double click those and look at them. I can put as many things as I want in one workspace. You can also email these workspaces around. But it's unbelievable what you get in here. You can look at future data, option data, Forex data. Our Forex data has over 800 contributing banks to the actual data feed, which is more than any retail data feed out there. So you can truly see where the currencies are moving, from different banks and different contributors to that. You can also look at things, commodities, options, equities, fixed income, whatever it is that you want to trade, we can get that real-time data, and most likely we can get that real-time data from any market in the world, which is very important, obviously, if you're trading in Europe, Australia, Africa, the Middle East, or wherever it may be. Most likely we have those exchanges. We have the most complete list of exchanges of anybody in the world in the retail market as well. Okay, so this is just giving you kind of a brief introduction into Metastock or into QuoteCenter. Now down here, there's one other thing I want to touch on real quick. If you click on the U.S. flag, that's where it's going to be already marked to. But if you're in another country, you're going to want to choose that. So for instance, if you're in Singapore, you'd click on Singapore, click OK. There's your Singapore flag. Well, the nice thing is it's going to help your computer and your trade times reflect the actual local times of Singapore. We'll change that back to the United States. Click OK. Now let's say there's a security out there I can't find. So I click on search. Let's say I want to look right here, company name, and all I know is the term micros in there. And we want to make sure it's the United States. We click search. This just went out and found every security, so things like AMD. It's going to find things like Sun Microsystems, Microsoft. And then you can just put those securities in a list, update them tick by tick into news stories, portfolio management, all of those things. Now, what we've gone over today is just the beginning of a lot more that's in this product. We couldn't spend hours and hours on here. But let me recommend you something. If you go to www.equus.com and you click on our support tab, the support team here at Equus is creating QuoteCenter support sessions for free. They're going to be on the webinar, and they will show you through 4 different sessions how to use QuoteCenter the most effectively. So I would highly recommend that you sign up for those as well. Let's go back into the PowerPoint now, and we'll look at a few other things. There's 5 reasons why traders fail, and I've come up with a list of these. And I thought I'd go over these right now because we're always looking for things to boost our trading. The reasons why traders fail is number 1, emotions. Number 2, not sticking to a trading plan. Number 3, expectations. Number 4, money management. And number 5, lack of education. William O'Neill has a great quote. There are only 2 emotions when trading, fear and greed. The problem is we experience these emotions at the wrong times and end up buying when we should be selling and selling when we should be buying. Now, has that ever happened to you? Of course it is. You're probably laughing right now. But it's so important. The emotions can truly overtake our trading. And so it's important that we really have those in place. Trading plan, what's that? If you're really wondering what trading plan you're looking at or what I'm doing in the market, you need to know your entry and exit strategies. Where am I putting my money management, my stops? Those types of things inside of a trading plan. What do I want to trade? How much do I expect to make? You need to answer all of those questions inside of a trading plan. The third thing is expectations. Now, you see a picture here of Lance Armstrong. The guy's truly amazing. He's won, 6 Tour de France's in a row. And, he's made cycling very popular here in the United States. And you take a guy like me, I could stand to lose a little bit of weight, and I'm sure have a radio-friendly body. But, so if I go out there and I start riding my bicycle, do I expect I'm going to be in the Tour de France next year? No. And it's the same thing in trading. If you're brand new to this, you need to have the right tools. I mean, Lance Armstrong doesn't ride, a Huffy bicycle he bought at Walmart during the Tour de France. You need the right equipment. QuoteCenter and Metastock professionals, the right equipment. With that, you can start making expectations where you can start making money in the market. The fourth thing is risk and money management. Really, where am I putting my stops? What's my entry and exit strategies, again, on that money management? Is my whole portfolio in one sector? Those are the types of things you need to learn. Then the last one is lack of education. And through a lot of our partners actually here with Metastock, we have free training with our support team that will show you how to use Metastock and QuoteCenter. There's 4 great training sessions on those, and they can show you really how to maximize things. But if you want more training than that, we've actually partnered with different organizations. You can just view our website to sign up for that specific training or coaching. Now, since you completed it today, your class, or if you sign up for QuoteCenter, you get one of these for free, right? No. But what I wanted to just kind of hammer in is, we'll go out and spend money on a car, anywhere from $10,000 to $80,000 US dollars on a car. But when's the last time you invested in yourself? Truly to make sure that you could go to that next level in trading. Because if you're not using the right tools, how can you expect to get the right returns? QuoteCenter, again, it's got the most comprehensive data, news, that you're going to be able to look at in the marketplace. Using that with technical analysis and Metastock, you're really setting yourself up for some wins. A lot of people ask, why should I go real time? There's 3 really great reasons: entry and exit strategies, support and resistance, and triggers. For instance, this is a daily bar of General Motors. Okay, there's your open, there's your close. There was a lot of activity during the day. But if you're just doing this on daily, you're never going to notice that. But when you go to a 5-minute chart, look at all the opportunities you could have to, get in or get out of this individual security. It can also show you and reconfirm support strategies in there as well. So you can do multiple time frame analysis. Well, again, we've only gone over some short things in fundamental analysis. If you want to look at technical analysis, we also have a webinar up here on Metastock that you can look at and really see how that can help you. But teaming both of these up together, you will be successful. But a little bit about technical analysis and what you're going to find with Metastock, it's really measuring price activity in the past to find out where the future price is moving to. You can use things such as indicators, backtesting, charting, scanning, securities as well, and doing that technical analysis. Here's a quote I got from a friend of mine named Christoph in Germany. And it's unbelievable. He's been trading the markets for years, and he sent me this quote. He says, "I'm using Metastock Professional since many years, and my greatest problem ever was to find a good data provider for European futures and the Forex market. Up to now, I've used eSignal, although they offered only a very limited history on European futures, no continuous contracts for these markets, and really poor Forex data. But now I've canceled my eSignal subscription, and I'm so happy with QuoteCenter. Single and continuous contracts back to 1983 on European futures, and I've never seen such super clean Forex data. And the best thing is Forex data at no extra charge. Thanks to Equus, thanks to Reuters. Again, there's 4 packages you can pick up here. You can pick up the North American package, the Asia Pacific package, the European, Middle East, and African package, or the Global Futures package. All of those packages are $135 a month for just one of them. If you do choose to do an annual, you will get a discount. There is no contract. You can cancel this at any time, get a prorated refund. I really thank you for coming. And make sure that if you do want to order this, click at the bottom of this page on the link, and this will take you to a page where you can actually sign up for this data.